Next tonight, residents living in homes with unsafe cladding have written to the Housing Secretary demanding more help, saying thousands of families are at risk. They're being supported by survivors of the Grenfell Tower fire, as well as being potentially unsafe. Many properties have become unsellable in what's being described as a spiralling crisis. Rags Martel's report does contain some distressing details.
The years pass, but nothing changes.
End the cladding crisis. Do what's right.
There's been protest and pressure, but another Grenfell is still possible.
It's been more than 39 months since the tragedy at Grenfell Tower, and we still have hundreds of thousands of people living in extremely dangerous buildings. We are facing a life-threatening situation, and we are facing insurmountable bills to fix a problem that was not of our making.
Ritu Saha lives on the top floor of a building wrapped with the same deadly material as Grenfell.
This is cladding and it's highly flammable.
She's among many signatories of a letter to the government with another urgent plea to make all homes safe.
Fire is not going to wait. Fire does not discriminate. And, if something happens in one of these buildings, the consequences could be catastrophic.
ITV News has been covering what's now become known as the cladding scandal since 2017. But 3 years on, the problem isn't getting better, it's getting worse.
It's thought there are now 700,000 people living in buildings with flammable cladding. Some households face bills of up to £115,000 for repair work, and an estimated 3.6 million people are likely to be unable to sell their homes due to fire safety issues. How surprised are you that there are still so many buildings with flammable cladding?
I'm astonished because, like so many people, I watched it on television at the time, and to watch an inferno in which you knew that people were being burnt alive was shocking, and everybody sat there and said, never again. Everybody said it's got to be taken off, but actually here we are 3 years and a bit down the line, and there are hundreds of buildings with thousands of people at risk, and particularly at risk with the COVID on top, because if you think about it, they're in prison. You've got to stay at home or work at home if you can. And you're living in a home which might go up in flames.
In a statement, the government told us they are making homes safe and have provided £1.6 billion to remove flammable cladding. Ritu, we've followed your story for many years now. What's the situation like for your building?
We have received only £50,000 for a problem that is going to cost £2 million to resolve. But it has been a long slog for over 3 years, and the majority of the dangerous cladding still remains on our building.
And as another season changes, the conditions that killed 72 people still remain the same. Rags Martel, ITV News, Grenfell.